Hello, my name is Sangvacharakul, and this is my presentation on our case study 2 assignment. I had case 1, the Biomedical Engineer. First, I'd like to give an overview of the presentation. First, we're going to go over the background of the case and talk about what happened. Then we're going to go over the ethical theory I decided to analyze it from, and which was deontological ethics. Then we're going to take a look at the NAHQ, which is the organization that I chose to find the code of ethics from. We're going to go over their background as well as their credibility. Then we're going to talk about the actual code of ethics and see what articles the case violates. Then we're going to go into the objections to see where it could be supported from the opposite side. Then we're going to go into the conclusion, and then finally the references. So as a general background, what happened was it was from the point of view of the director of biomedical engineering at a university hospital. He was tasked with being in charge of preventative maintenance and repair of over 700 pieces of equipment in the hospital, along with his 5 technicians. Now, the Joint Commission on Accreditation of Healthcare Organizations monitors critical care devices in the hospital, and they have to come by every 6 months to complete an inspection. So all the equipment has to be calibrated by then. The director was very concerned with the lack of staff, and so he sent a lot of emails to upper management and was denied repeatedly, and management even suggested that they falsify computer records in order to pass the inspection. Of course, he could not do that. So when Jukaho came around to do their inspections, the department ended up failing. He was then called into the vice president's office, where the vice president accused him of being responsible for the deaths of 4 patients, and he was asked to resign. He later found out that the vice president was planning to outsource his department in order to provide cheaper and a fixed cost for maintenance and repair in the department. So the ethical theory I decided to analyze this case from was deontological ethics. It's stated here in the premise that ethical decisions are based around whether it follows a certain set of rules, whether it be a code of ethics, whether it be a company mission statement or a promise. It just has to follow a certain set of rules very strictly. The context of the situation revolves around the fact that the university has a duty to employ enough staff to make sure that the director can properly do his job. They also have a duty to be transparent in the medical records that they send to Jukaho, and they can't falsify information, or else that would be unethical and against the rules. The university also has a duty to stay within budget. So if they go over, then they end up having to cut money from other programs. And then the university also has a duty as an employer to the director to not ask him to resign for false reasons. The intermediate conclusion that I came up with states that by attempting to lay off the director using false accusations and directly causing his department to fail their Jukaho inspections, the university has failed to uphold their duty as an employer, and by deontological ethics, that shows that they were unethical. Now moving into the NAHQ. The NAHQ, or the National Association for Healthcare Quality, was founded in 1976 with the purpose of providing a standard of excellence for the healthcare profession, along with providing the necessary training to put healthcare professionals at that standard. They make themselves an authority by providing a mission statement on their website that reads, "To prepare a coordinated, competent workforce to lead and advance healthcare quality across the continuum of healthcare." And they also offer certification programs, and they have a lot of support and sponsorships from healthcare professionals as well as industry leaders such as year-round. I'm going to analyze 2 violations that the university violated. So Chapter 2, Article 8 of the NAHQ Code of Ethics states that healthcare quality professionals remain transparent and forthright with officials from government agencies, industry regulators, and accrediting bodies. They comply regulations and standards and report critical information when necessary to protect the public interest. and the university was in violation of this because they attempted to falsify those computer records in order to pass the JCAHO inspection. Chapter 3, Article 11 states that healthcare quality professionals advocate for policies and processes that support a safe environment of care. They advocate for processes that demonstrate high reliability, minimize defects, and mitigate harm to all stakeholders. And obviously the university was in violation of this because they did not hire enough staff in order to calibrate all the equipment properly. And so they permitted the use of uncalibrated equipment, which would put many patients and students in harm. Some objections that you could use to counteract the arguments that I've made thus far would be that the university could provide services and other programs if they were to cut out the biomedical engineering department. It was stated in the article that cutting the program would allow the university to pay a fixed and cheaper cost for maintenance repairs. And also, after doing some math, it looks like the director and his 5 technicians should have been able to complete all 700 equipment calibrations within the 6-month period. They would just have to complete 20 calibrations a day. But a way you could argue against this is that we nor the university board members would know how long it takes to complete a single calibration procedure. So it could take anywhere from an hour to 20 minutes, and that would throw off how long and how much time could be invested in that. To conclude, the director of biomedical engineering department was claimed to be understaffed and could not complete his task. He emailed them several times asking for more staff, and the university refused to provide them with that. Because of this, they failed the JCAHO inspections, and he was forced to resign by both the NAHQ Code of Ethics and the Ethical Theory Deontological Ethics. The university hospital system is guilty of acting in an unethical manner. And these are my references. Thank you so much.